welcome to our Feelings and Arts class. This is Stephanie. I've been missing you, and I hope that this is a helpful video for when you want to do an art project, but you're just not really sure where to start. If you have some paper, that's great. Markers, I have a regular pencil, I have some pastels, maybe you have crayons, maybe you have colored pencils, something preferably with color, even if it's only a couple of colors, right? If you like to paint, you can do that too. If you have Play-Doh or clay and you want to be making something with your hands, that's fun as well. But today I'm going to be I have different colors of paper, so I'm going to give myself some options. And I have different colors and different types of drawing supplies and coloring supplies. So I'll give you a second just to get your things together. I'm going to think about which tools I want to use. So just maybe 15 seconds to go gather your materials if you need them. Ten seconds, hurry back. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, hopefully you're settled in. If you need more time, you can pause the video, go get what you need, and press play again. We're going to start by kind of just checking in with how we're doing. So you might have been busy today, maybe you just woke up, maybe it's been a really long day. Wherever you're at, we're just going to try to settle into this moment right here in front of our art supplies, in front of this video. So get a comfortable seat. For me, that's my feet on the floor and my hands in my lap. You can sit however is most comfortable for you. And we'll just take about 30 seconds to check in with how we're doing. So for me, that means breathing nice and full and steady. It also means checking in with my body, so seeing if there's any extra energy somewhere. Maybe there's some pain. Maybe there's a part of your body that feels tight. Maybe you feel loose and calm. There could be a heaviness somewhere. So checking in and seeing if there's anything like that going on for you. Sometimes I like to start at the bottom of my body, so in my toes, and kind of work my way up. And I'll just be quiet for a second while you check in with yourself. Five more seconds to just check in, see where you're at. And then we'll take a deep breath in together. So in with me through your nose. And then you're going to blow out a birthday candle slowly. Can I do it again? Why not? In through your nose. And out through your mouth. Okay. So hopefully you've identified something about how you're doing. I've noticed that I have kind of a nervous energy, so it kind of feels like a buzzing kind of up here, like in my chest, maybe in my head, because I hear things going on in the other parts of Grandview today. But it also felt really calming and nice to sit with you and kind of breathe and stay still. So I'm noticing some other feelings kind of in my legs of just steadiness. So, taking any of that with you, or leaving it behind, up to you, let's look at the supplies that you have in front of you and make some choices. So, for me, I'm going to choose what color paper I want to use and which of these materials I want to use. Lots of choices, and I'm just going to look at all of them and see what feels the best. Chosen one part. and I've chosen my second. So I'm going to use a black piece of paper, which I haven't done with this type of material yet, so who knows if it works. And I'm choosing the pastels because I think that's my highest chance of actually seeing some art today on my paper. So next we're just going to take however long, maybe I'm going to take about 5 minutes, but if you need more time, you can pause the video and take as long as you want. So I'm going to start drawing. You can draw with me. I'm just going to sit here, maybe listen to some music, and maybe chat with you a little bit. We'll see. Do you have all your materials ready? Let's go. Now you don't have to draw like an actual picture. I'm probably just going to be drawing lines and colors and shapes and see what happens. If there's something in the room with you or something out your window that you want to draw specifically, you go for it. Whatever is feeling inspiring is great. I'm noticing I'm feeling pretty relieved that you can actually see what I'm making on the black piece of paper. Making a mess. That's always part of it too. Okay. So if you feel like you need more time, you can pause the video, and when you're done, you can press play again. But if you feel like you're ready, let's take a minute now and just kind of look at what we made. So I was not thinking very much while I was making this, and I certainly did not have anything in mind before I started. I don't know about you, but I noticed that was hard. It was hard for me not to have an idea of what I wanted to start with. But then I ended up making something I think is pretty cool. So let's look at the colors that we chose. I think that's always really interesting. I have some like blue tones. There's like a dark blue down here, and then a light blue. That's kind of these little dots. There's like a connected few dots here. There are some dots in this stripy pattern of light blue. And I also have some yellow in there. There's like little sparkly yellow bits in this rectangle that's in the middle down here. And there's some yellow up on the stripy bits. I don't know what to call any of this up here. There's some yellow in there. And then I have that kind of spacey purple. I feel like it looks like outer space. So maybe that black background was inspiring me to use kind of space colors and shapes and things. So which colors did you use? Did you use more warm tones like reds and oranges, or kind of deep yellows? Did you use cool tones like blues and purples? I guess pink might be more of a warm tone as well. Did you use really bright colors, things that really stand out? Or did you use kind of muted, more natural colors like, some of this kind of green that's more natural, like you might actually find outside? Or did you use something that's really kind of bright and punchy, like this pink magenta? And when you look at your picture or your art or your sculpture or whatever you made, how does it make you feel? Does it feel calming? Does it feel chaotic? Mine feels a little chaotic. Right? To me, there's something peaceful about it that I think might be the colors, but there's not really any structure, which feels a little bit messy and interesting, but a little bit chaotic. It's not organized. So once you kind of asked yourself those questions, let's see, do any of those answers relate to how you said you were feeling earlier? Remember I said I felt a little bit nervous maybe because there was some other stuff going on, some distraction, some buzzing up here. And to me, I see that. I see some like distraction because it's all kind of different. And these little dots up here are kind of like up in space, kind of buzzy. And especially in there, it almost looks like a TV screen with static on it if you look really closely. So maybe that's where that's coming from. And I also mentioned feeling kind of settled. So I feel like there's more color down here, which brings your attention lower, which makes me think maybe settled and calm. How did that go? Was it fun? I hope so. So for the second half of this session, this class, I'd like to go over a feelings wheel. I know I drew a pretty wonky circle. I hope you'll forgive me. But I really like this feelings wheel for figuring out how I'm feeling and kind of mapping out where I am on the wheel. So I'll show you. So the reason that we're using a circle like this is because we can break it up into 4 quadrants. So we're going to do that now. And we're going to break it up into positive feelings and negative feelings. So I'm going to break it up this way. And we're going to put our more positive on this side, a plus for positive, and our more negative, the feelings that don't feel as good. And that's our minus sign for negative over there. So some positive feelings. What are some feelings that make you feel good? Can you think of any? I think one of the most common ones that you're probably calling out is happy, right? So we might put happy on our positive side. What else? Maybe relaxed. That's a pretty positive feeling. You feel safe, you feel relaxed. What about a negative feeling? A feeling that is uncomfortable. Maybe uncomfortable is a negative feeling, or angry. Maybe sad could be uncomfortable, or overwhelmed could be uncomfortable. Kind of more of a negative feeling. I don't like calling feelings negative because they're all really helpful, but we'll stick with that just for simplicity's sake. So there's positive and there's negative, right? There's like happy and there's sad. There's excited and there's tired. There's excited, or there's energetic. Oh, that's actually different. There's excited and there's like angry. So there's another kind of way we could go, which is up and down. And we're going to break it up like this. And so some of our feelings are high energy. So I'm going to put an arrow going up for high energy, right? An upward feeling. And some of our feelings bring us down, bring our energy down, or come from low energy. So those are down on the bottom. So see how there's like a top half, a bottom half, a right half, and a left half, and then they make quadrants. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 means quadrant. That's where we got it from. So up here is going to be our positive and our high energy feelings. So let's take a couple. So there's excited, like we talked about before. That's positive and high energy. You might not be able to read that, but maybe I'll write it bigger next time. And there's also happy. Happy is a positive feeling. That's very energetic. You might feel like bouncy, right? When you're happy, or just kind of like light and airy. For excited, you might like want to move around. That might make you feel like you have more energy, and it's a positive feeling. Now, what about a positive feeling that makes you feel kind of lower energy? What's a positive feeling that doesn't really make you bouncy, but might make you feel grounded? A good feeling that's also not high energy, that might be relaxed. Relaxed is kind of lower energy, it's chill, and it feels good to be relaxed, so we're not putting it on this side. Another positive feeling that is also kind of lower energy might be content. So the difference to me between happy and content is calm and you're enjoying yourself, but you're not really like buzzing around or bopping around, right? Whereas happy is like more joyful and uplifting. So let's do content. You're just kind of pleased when you're content. You might just feel, maybe you're trusting, or you might feel very loved, and it's just kind of like a warmth. But the energy isn't super high. So this is our positive feelings. I'm going to kind of envelop them in this green. I'm not sure if you can really tell on the video, but there's our more positive feelings. Yeah, you can barely see it, sorry. And then our negative, the feelings that don't feel very good, the feelings that you don't really want to keep. There are some that are very high energy. Let's start with the low energy ones though. So if you're feeling a feeling that doesn't feel good and it's bringing your energy down, what's a word you might use to talk about when you're feeling kind of down? Sad. Sad's a good one. I'll write it nice and big for you. Here we go, sad. So sad's like a low energy and a not very positive feeling. It doesn't feel good to feel sad. What about another one? What's another one? Where it's kind of low energy and maybe you don't want to go do anything. Things feel hard to do. Maybe tired. Let's put that here. Tired, that's literally low energy. And it doesn't feel very good to be tired, usually. What about a high energy but negative feeling? That's hard. What are some like bad feelings that make you feel energized, like get you kind of amped up. Yeah, angry. It's a good one. Angry. Yeah, so angry is a high energy feeling, right? It kind of gets you like, oh, I want to just smash something. Or I really want to rip some paper. Or I really want to stomp my feet. High energy, but it doesn't feel good to be angry. I don't really enjoy it. Another high energy, but not so great feeling might be anxious, right? You're like, oh, I feel nervous. I feel maybe scared. I'm looking around, right? That's high energy, but it doesn't feel good. So that's our emotions wheel. Doesn't look very pretty, but that's okay. Maybe I can put an example like this one up on the screen for you. And if you want to take a moment to just pause and read it and explore, now's a good time to do that. So, using some video editing magic, I took a quick break to make us a better looking chart. And here we are, we're back. So, the last thing I want to do together is look back at our art and try to match some of the colors in our art to how we know we were feeling. And then put some colors on our emotions wheel that match each of the feelings that we have here. So I'll start. At the beginning, I said I was feeling a little bit anxious and nervous. And if we look here, anxious is a higher energy, but negative feeling. So if I'm thinking of a color that matches that feeling, I'm gonna go with something like maybe like an orange. Higher energy to me means kind of bright. And anxious feelings are, to me, kind of warm. Now, this is up to you. This is going to be my own wheel that matches my personal colors to the feelings that I experience. So if you want to make your own, now's the time to pause. Draw this on another piece of paper, perhaps, or the back of your original paper, and then you can press play again and join me. But I'm going to make mine right here. So, for anxious, I'm going to use this orange. Alright. So for anxious, I'm going to use this orange because to me orange is kind of high energy and alert, but it also makes me think of warnings, right? And when I'm anxious, there's like a warning sign going off in my head saying something's wrong. So I'm just going to kind of shade in around a word. Does not have to be pretty, but I bet yours is beautiful if you're making one. Okay, well, let's move our way around clockwise. So let's go up to angry. When I'm angry, I feel like I'm on fire, red hot. So I'm going to pick this bright red. I'm even going to color it really aggressively, as if I'm angry. That felt good. So for me, angry is bright red. What about excited? Ooh, I'm like high energy, I'm alert, but I'm also happy. So for me, excited is going to probably be like a bright green. Not too dark, almost yellow. It's kind of a yellowy green. And I'm gonna color it with these little excited wavy lines. Super energetic, bright, and happy. You can't see it on the yellow paper, but I can see it up close. Now what about happy? I mean, when I think of happy, I think of yellow. What about you? I think because we think of the sun as yellow, so that's a happy thing. Our emojis, our happy faces are traditionally yellow. So I'm gonna pick a yellow that feels happy to me. Something light bright, and energized. It's just going to match the paper, but here we go anyway. And for happy, I'm going to make some upward lines, because I feel happiness as something that pulls me up. Up, 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 up. Cool. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. Okay, content. Try to get into the content mindset. I'm calm, but I'm happy. Maybe something is feeling like I met a goal, or maybe somebody's being really nice to me, so that makes me feel content. I'm gonna pick, I don't really have the perfect color here, to be completely honest. I wanna pick like a pale blue, almost like a grayish blue, something just calm and easy, almost like the color of this wall. But I don't have something like that, so I'm gonna go with this teal, because that feels pretty content to me as well. So I'm gonna do that. And for me, content is gonna be these, I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing. Yeah, see that shading? Content is kind of just like a calm wave of joy. Nice. Okay. Relaxed. Relaxed. For me, let's see, what's relaxed to me? It's going to be, I think, a deeper color, because to me bright colors are too busy. A deep color, maybe, I'm going back and forth between wanting it to be like a warm tone and a cool tone, but for me what's calling out as relaxed is this kind of like a deep green. Maybe because when I'm out in the woods it makes me relaxed. So you might disagree, but this is mine for relaxed. I'm gonna pick, again, something that kind of is kind of grounding, so brings the energy down. These big lines. Not too much energy, not really much of a shape either, but that's what relaxed feels like to me. We're almost done. I'm gonna miss you. All right. Tired. When I'm tired, it's definitely a dark color. At least I want it to be dark so I can sleep. Tired. I'm kind of boring. I don't think I'm very fun to be around when I'm tired. Might even be a little grumpy. So I'm gonna pick kind of like a meh, kind of like a boring color. I think I'm just gonna go with gray. When I'm tired, I feel kind of gray. And I'm gonna shade it in like this too, because tiredness feels like it takes over my whole self. That gray looks kind of purple, but it works for me. Tired, gray. And sad, I mean, what is the color that we use when we talk about being sad? It's always blue, right? But does that match my feeling about it? Sad blue. I'm gonna pick this blue that's almost black. It's like a navy, it's very dark. So I am gonna go with blue, because that's traditionally what people say is sad, and I think I've been brainwashed. But I'm gonna go with blue, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did for all the low energy ones. Just kind of, oh, excuse you. Don't fill in. Looks kind of like rain. A little bit sad. So that's my color wheel for emotion. And so next time I sit down to make some art, I might do what we did at the beginning and check in with how I'm feeling. Step 1, check in. And notice. And then I might look at my wheel and say, I noticed that I was feeling content, but also tired. And that might make it really easy for me to make art based on my feelings, right? Because I can go, I was feeling content. So get my color that matches content. Actually, it was this one, my teal, but also tired. So grab that kind of purpley gray and go to work. I'll just do it quickly as an example. So if I'm feeling content and tired, let's see. Okay, that was just a quick 30 seconds of art making. But I made some of these birds. They might not look like birds to you, but they look like birds to me. These bluebirds are going to represent my contentness, my contentedness, and all of these kind of like downward pulling gray columns to me represent my tiredness. They kind of hold back my birds. They're holding back my content. So that's it. I hope you had fun. I hope that this is the kind of class you can come back to and watch again and make a different kind of art. And if you'd like to share it with me, I think you know my email, so go for it. I'd love to see what you make. Thanks. Bye.